Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another fabulous CB and the Boys radio show. We have got a fabulous hot show tonight with some fire hot topics you don't want to miss. So just sit back and relax and buckle up. It's going to be a thrilling ride on CB and the Boys. So, see you in. George, roll it.
CB Booker, George Record Boy Homie, Roger Hawkins, Mimi Acosta. Let's go! CB and the Boys, Midweek Motivator. Come on, gather around, get to 411, and let's talk about it. What's up?
Hi.
All righty. Nice intro, sis.
She said, hi.
What's up, Mike?
She said.
Right.
So welcome everyone to CB and the Boys. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator, offering you music, conversation, motivation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. We've got a great show tonight. So without further ado, let's jump into it. How's everyone doing tonight?
Dun, 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 dun.
Excellent.
What's up, JK?
Excellent.
George was just playing some E40. He's playing 40 water, so I'm good now. And a little bit of Juve. I'm right now.
Yeah.
We went down south over.
We went all over the place, but yeah.
We went down south. Anyway, what's good with it, man? Like it's Wednesday already. What we got jerking? I know we got a bunch of shit. So
Y'all already know how we got to start this whole thing. Y'all got to know. Y'all already know.
We already know.
All right.
All right. Yeah, what you waiting on?
Let's go.
Come get the 411. And it's Mimi's drink special. Mimi, let them know what you're sipping on.
They know you shipping on.
Okay, so I have a hell of a day on tomorrow, so I really need to be good tonight. So I'm doing one of these. Corona. I'm doing some Corona tonight.
Where the shot glass at? I know it's in there.
You guys already know it's coming. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Hey,
Y'all purpose.
don't judge me.
Yeah.
And
Y'all
my black
purpose.
straw because George got my red straw. So I got the black straw. Okay, it's gonna probably be black straw for a while, guys, because I got a ton of black straws. I don't know where the hell they came from, but I got them and I'm gonna use them.
You know the rule.
Until then, I'm gonna have my Corona on ice with my black straw on a wine glass. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
You know the rule.
Don't judge me. So what's everybody drinking? CB, what you got?
Nothing.
Shiza, not even water?
Not even
She
H2O?
is gonna operate on air for the next 2 hours, and
Oh, Lord.
we're gonna at some point go on a little break so she can run off.
Yeah, that part.
That part. George, what's you over there drinking, puppy?
Oh, you already know.
Let's go. Let's go.
You better go.
So I got the St.
Yes.
James.
And St. James,
James
and that
going on,
bottle
man.
looks full.
Hmm.
Yes.
Ain't gonna look that way in too long.
That's how we
I
do
say,
it. That's how we do it. Roger, what you got?
You know what? I'm shippy tonight. I'm doing a little Grand Marnier in my snifter right now, so I'm just hitting the little granny.
Okay. Very nice. I'm liking it. We're all keeping it a little kosher tonight. Nothing real too.
Yeah, one of those.
You know what I'm saying? We got to be really good because we're about to go on a trip, and I'm gonna tell y'all now, it's gonna be off the rockers.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
great.
so ready for it.
It'll be something, all right.
Get it going.
Yeah. Okay. So
Get a bunch going on.
on the 411, it's got a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I'm going to start out with this crazy dude.
Go crazy.
I don't know what's going on over there in Portugal with these Brazilians, but anyway, this is the thing. Suspected cannibal, because that's what he is, caught in airport with possible human meat and bloody clothing.
Okay.
So let me elaborate on this nonsense. And this is by Baller Alert on Instagram. So, that's where the credit comes from because, those are my peeps. And I got to start giving them credit because they're going to come after my head in a minute. You know how that goes. The higher we get up the ladder, the more people coming at us. Anyway, and this is in the What the Fuck News at Baller Alert, okay?
Okay.
A suspected cannibalistic killer has been arrested at the airport for carrying meat. So he's originally from Brazil. His name is Miguelio Fernandez. He was at the airport in Portugal on Monday. Officers detained him shortly after exiting an airport coming from Amsterdam. He is accused of murdering a 21-year-old Alan Lopez in the city just a day before fleeing. Fernandez initially raised red flags with the airport, with the Portuguese Borders and Immigration Service, who doubted his travel documents. After further investigation, they learned that he was wanted for murder. Further investigating now, Fernandez had a large bandage on his hand, according to a spokesperson with the Immigration Service. Even more chilling is that they located bloodstained clothes and raw meat inside of his luggage. The tissue has since been sent to a lab and tested to determine whether it was human or not. Okay, Lopez was found dead in his North Amsterdam house where he lived with his family. His sister, Camila Lopez, told the local news that Fernandez was homeless and sometimes stayed at their home. So there's a whole lot and a lot going on with this. At the end of the day, the guy's been arrested. It looks like the meat is human. So what are you guys' thoughts on this craziness?
Hey, look, people gonna learn about just taking in anybody. I mean, I get it. You want to be like a good Samaritan and all that, but no, I'm cool on that. Call him a cab. You ain't staying with me.
Right.
So that being said, I feel bad, but damn, what do you expect? I want to be homeless. Dude is probably on. First of all, he's probably hearing voices and shit, talking to people. Like, what was your first clue going through the airport? He was probably talking to himself, all kind of shit, bloody hand, bloody everything. So I don't know. He'll get committed probably before he goes to actual prison. He'll go to crazy house.
He's going to go to the crazy house and they're going to let him off in a couple of years on some good behavior because, you're not going to go there forever. Are you?
Well, you think they will if he gets actually if he gets, a murder rap or just, committed, because it's a little bit different.
Yeah. And you know what? And it really is. Whenever somebody is labeled Looney Tune, they go to the little house with the padded walls. And then from there, you don't hear from them again. Next thing you know, 10 years later, something else happens.
Well, one thing's for sure.
Yeah. What's that?
You ain't got to worry about being homeless for a while.
That part.
That part right there.
They call it 4 hots in the cot. So hey, you got that? Or 3 hots.
Right. 3 hots. But I mean, if I was homeless, I walk right up to a cop and punch him in the mouth. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you would, but would you make a sandwich out of him? All right, then. This dude.
No, we make a sandwich out of him, but I punch him right in the mouth. I wouldn't have to worry about being cold.
Yeah, you should get arrested anyway for a couple of nights until the authorities figure out, okay, you're gonna get released because you punched somebody in the mouth. Where do you go from here?
When they go to release me, I'm gonna punch him in the mouth again. Just turn around, walk right back in the cell.
Okay, so what had happened was moving right along.
I said it. What up, fam? What up? I see you.
What you feel? What you feel about that?
What can you say? It's pretty messed up. There's a lot of messed up people out there.
I guarantee he was talking to himself when he was walking down in the airport. Guarantee.
Not necessarily.
He was arguing with himself.
You can have perfectly functioning psychopaths living amongst us. We don't know.
You're welcome.
And look, the dude don't look like, he looked like a little Julio Sanchez that got upset that his real estate deal went bad. He doesn't look like somebody who's about to chop somebody up and eat him.
No. I bet he was a biter when he was in grade school. He was a biter.
He was a biter. Okay. Well, you know what? That's not really far from Chris Rock's daughter biting folks in kindergarten.
Oh yeah, that.
So they start as biters, and then
we have to get to that. That's kind of crazy. It's a whole thing.
Okay, so moving right along, and this cuts into your section, kind of, sort of, Roger, with the sports. What is going on with Jay Morant, man?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, little dude,
He's dealing with some shit.
you know.
No,
So, what are your like real thoughts on that, especially Roger? Because I know that you really like on this tip with these sports. What's your real take on that? Like, do you think like he was just really like having like a show off moment, like I'm out with the boys, bring, 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 or like what do you think that's about? It's just the typical 23-year-old thing.
no, but the thing is, he ain't even hood. Like he's not even a hood dude.
Yes.
He's from a decent upbringing, background, family, 2-parent home, all of that.
Yeah.
It was him doing dumb
Yeah.
shit, trying to show off. He was literally trying to like get street cred and just like you said, doing 23-year-old shit. But my thing is, you can't make that an excuse when you are, like it or not, you chose your lifestyle, your role model now. And people are looking at you. And you know, if you're a young black man, the microscope is that big. So, I
Right.
mean, it was young and dumb. It was stupidity, but no excuse. I mean, point blank, he just made a horrible choice. And now they're going to crucify his dumb ass for a while.
Right. Because it looks from what the report is saying, it looks like at one point in time last year he had some kind of deal with some 17-year-old boy and he had flashed a gun at him and da da da. So now he's like back with the whole flashing of the gun thing. So my
You,
thing
you
is,
know what it reminds me of? Okay, you guys have seen obviously Boys in the Hood. Remember the kid that aimed the shotgun that killed Ricky?
mhm,
Exact same situation. He's from a really good upbringing. He was from a good home. Him and his brother were preppy boys, all that bullshit. He got that movie role and flipped. And all of a sudden he wanted to be a gangster. And he started doing everything he could do to get street cred and improve his rep and all that. Ended up killing somebody for real, going to jail, and got murdered by his cellmate. Gone. Because he wanted to prove shit. He didn't really need to be. His
right,
parents had money. So that's kind of how it is. You're talented. You're from a good upbringing. You're from the burbs. You ain't from the hood. But
yeah,
because unfortunately we make it a big deal to have street cred and grow up grimy and hardcore and all that, people think that that's what they have to do to be accepted, which to me is pathetic. So, you know,
yeah,
another, dumbass. I mean, he'll bounce back at some point, but like right now, yeah, he's on the bench. He's on the bench.
yeah. George, CB, any take on that?
Mhm.
Shoot.
No.
I just said it like it is. I can't top it off any more than that. It is what it is. I mean, just make some dumb decisions. You know,
Okay.
trying to
Well,
impress, trying to impress the wrong people.
trying to impress the wrong damn people. And that's the thing. It's really interesting that, his dad wasn't in the cameras a whole lot with this one, but his dad is always there with him at the games. And he'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
right there at the camera, like, yeah, yeah, I'm his daddy.
Which mean that would make you feel dumb too because you're like, look, I'm trying to keep a good eye on my son and his career.
Yes.
And then again, they get to a collision. I remember when my son first went to the military, and they were taking pictures with Hennessy bottles and the shit that young people do. Now, for one, you're in the military, so you have to be mindful about that because you're being watched. And for
Mhm.
two, if one of y'all is underage, you dumbass, guess what's going to happen? So I had to jump in his soul pretty good about that too because young people don't think. They just don't. You don't think. So
He said
yeah,
jump in his soul. Okay,
yeah.
so moving right along, because we know how you'd like to jump them. Anyway, we don't want to talk too much about that because we don't want the authorities going after Roger. We can't have this. We got a trip to go on. Anyway,
That's
so dumbass couples. A couple files a $5 million lawsuit against a snorkeling company that left him stranded on the ocean. Did y'all hear about that?
uh-uh.
No.
What?
Okay, let's go back to it. So, Alexander Burkle and Elizabeth Webster filed a $5 million lawsuit against Sail Maui. This happened in Hawaii over the entire ordeal. It started when Buckle and Webster booked a snorkeling excursion near the small island of, and I want to say this right. What is Lanai? Anyway, whatever. Lanai with a tour company. After the boat arrived at the snorkeling location, the group was notified that they would have 1 hour, and an hour goes by really fast, 1 hour to explore before moving on to a new location. No specific return time was given, nor was it explained how to return to the boat. But my thing is, if you see the boat and if it's there an hour later, you swim to the shit and get your ass on it and go to the next. Anyway, so they said that it wasn't explained how to return to the boat or what they should do in an emergency. According to the lawsuit, the couple first encountered calm, clear waters, but the water became rough and turbulent. They tried to return to the boat, but it had left the area. So the complaint alleges that the boat excursion was disorganized, and despite performing 3 head counts, no one noticed that the couple was not present. So the attorney representing the pair said that a Coast Guard investigation found that the company was negligent for improper head count. What's you guys' take on this nonsense?
Somebody need to learn to count.
You're gonna learn today.
Well, do nothing else. You got to be able to count.
Right.
They hiring motherfuckers that can't count.
And there's only about so many people you can take out on one of those excursions. So it's like, if you
So
notice, you have like, okay, 7 couples.
Right. If you got 7 people and you got 5 when you leaving, something wrong.
But,
Right.
but
if they're not back where they're supposed to be able to get back, then that's on them.
You don't leave them.
I would. If
But do
you're not
three?
back,
Do you know what's 3 head counts? 3 head counts, and you counted wrong.
But you got to realize a lot of these excursions on trips are like not affiliated with whatever resort or wherever you are, and you have to really be careful, because if you call it up, and I've gone on ones with people that were like, I know you ain't affiliated, but okay, you got a good deal, so I'll go with you, kind of a thing. But you do take a risk. So it was probably one of those, because again, they probably didn't have watches.
They said an excursion near the small island. So you already know what that is. It's a little ghetto production. It's okay. They're making their little money. They're probably not even it's probably not even recommended or referred by the hotel where they were staying.
Yeah, exactly.
More than likely, the hotel have their little list of companies at the concierge. Well, go over here, T2, do your thing. And these mofos just went way out, and now
which means you're gonna sue and you ain't gonna get shit.
Right, because you're gonna sue a company that's barely getting by, maybe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got mortgages and shit to pay. Hawaii is not cheap.
No.
It was probably where there's company where it was Raul and his brother.
Really, you do get that. Like, they do it. I've taken ATV tours with people I know weren't affiliated with anywhere, but I'm like, listen, if it goes down, I ain't gonna be the last. You take a chance.
So how dare you try to go for $5 million?
Nah.
You got to come down on that.
No, you can get awarded it, but it don't mean you're gonna get it. I can award you $10 million. You ain't gonna get but $4.
I'm coming after you, because at one point you're gonna hit some big ass movie, and I'm gonna be waiting right there.
I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna pay a bunch of dudes in the background that don't know Jesus to take everybody out.
You know what? You got to watch what you say on this show. Anyway, he did not say that. And where's my disclaimer?
Actually, yeah, he did, but that's beside the point.
Okay, so moving right along, guys. Now, this one is going to make you guys sick, because it actually made me sick, because I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these women out here. But anyway, I'm going to throw it out here. A 31-year-old Colorado woman who admits to having sex with a 13-year-old middle schooler and having his baby won't face jail time under a plea deal. Now, of course, the mother is tripping out. So Andrea Serrano of Fountain was facing sexual assault charges after her arrest in 2022, but accepted a new plea deal to stay out of prison earlier this year. Serrano gave birth to a baby boy after she admitted to having sex with a 13-year-old. The mother of the victim told 11 News she is not happy with the deal offered to a woman she says ruined her son's life. I feel like my son is robbed of his childhood. Well, he ain't robbed of his childhood. He's out there fucking. Anyway, now he's having to be a father, so he didn't cover his dick. And he's a victim. No, he wasn't, or else that would really be like rape. And it looks like he was having a great time because she got pregnant.
Yeah, but it's still rape. Number one, she had sex with a minor. Number two, she exploited him. And number three, she was totally in the wrong. And the mother is correct when she says that she feels like her son was robbed of his childhood, because technically he was.
Number
That's
four,
with an old woman and a baby that should not be, but is. I mean.
And number 4, she's a pervert. And number 5,
exactly.
she'll get hit with child support.
All the above.
I mean, it's crazy, because not being funny, but being funny, he would be a hero and the envy of all his classmates. But at the same time, you guys are right. she did exploit and take advantage of him. Clearly, if you look at someone in a position of power or influence, you're going to do it. It is what it is. You're 13. Now, the messed up part is, if that had been the other way around, and she would have been a he, be under the jail. I think the shit ain't fair. It's not fair.
Right. That's true.
So no, I don't agree. Don't put her ass, like, put her next to R. Kelly's a prison. Let them get on chain gang together. She deserves it. Now again, if you want to look at it lightly and be like, he's still a stud, but guess what? That young man really is in trouble now. His life is over. 13, you don't know how to pick out your clothes for school. So I do think that's kind of a horrible outcome.
And it could be where her main objective was to get pregnant.
Which means she's got issues, which means she's probably mentally ill. There's
you would have to be mentally ill to screw a 13-year-old anyway.
You really do. I mean, there's nothing about 13. There's nothing about anything teen that's attractive. I'm sorry, but that blows my mind. You know how dumb and goofy teenagers are? Like, they are the most unattractive people on the planet. So yeah, she's jacked up, but plea deal my ass. I guarantee you that's somebody's daughter or niece or whatever for her to pull that off, because it's not fair. It's not right.
Yeah.
Her ass ought to be locked up. Yeah.
That means that she was at school going, he's cute.
No, yeah. She picking him out picking him out. I like him, and that one, he's tall,
Right. Nasty Ross Cloth. Anyway, yeah.
And who's to say she didn't?
Herbert.
Revert. All right.
Anyway, moving right along and back to sports. Roger, I don't know what's going on with your NBA folks. So NBA legend Sean Kemp. Did you guys hear what happened to him?
Rain Man.
He was booked into Pierce County Jail for a drive-by shooting investigation. So apparently, on Wednesday, according to Fox 13, authorities believe that Kemp is in connection with a drive-by shooting outside of Tacoma Mall. Like, what's going on with these cats?
I'd wait on that because, first of all, Sean Kemp is too damn old to be pulling a drive.
Have y'all seen?
Right. And yeah, that nigga fitty. And the thing is, it's easy to affiliate with the person, with your celebrity. Like, if it's me and him, nobody knows me. They're gonna call him out. You ever notice when a fight breaks out, everybody sues the rich person, one person, So really, he's probably affiliated because maybe it was his vehicle, or he knew the person, or whatever. People are trying to get money. You go where the money is. You ain't going where the guilt is. So it'll come out in the wash. I mean, pick better company. But Sean Kemp's old ass ain't done no drive-by shit. He's out the NBA and living life. He's smart.
Yeah.
So,
that's crazy. Yeah, I got the video on that.
Oh, let me check you. Let me check you.
Play it.
No, you
Today
don't.
Would be good.
No, you don't. You ain't got it.
Stop playing.
Let me whistle at you.
Okay, that must be.
And how you gonna look at that? The cop is like 5'8". Sean Kemp is like 6'7".
First of all, that didn't look like no drive-by shooting. I seen the gun in his hand, and the car pulled up on him. And he waving at the car, pointing at the car, and then the car back.
Right. That could be attempted carjacking. That could be a whole lot of shit. So
right.
Yeah, we gonna wait for that to come out in the wash.
It looked like he was defending himself. People need to stop.
That ain't a drive. See, but they in Washington, and you gotta understand they don't know too much better out there. There ain't no damn drive-by. Go to LA. They show you how to do this shit for real. Go south a little bit. They show you how to do it.
He did. He must have been a walk by because he was outside the car in the trunk.
Right.
They got shit fucked up.
They messing with that man. Okay, so I got my last one. Okay, so I am thinking that you guys heard about the 4 Americans that went to Mexico. They were kidnapped.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so this was on Tuesday morning. Approximately an hour ago, we confirmed that the 4 Americans were located.
Mm-hmm.
Tamaulipas State Governor Americo Villarreal said in a phone call during the President Andres Manuel Lopez, they got so many names. 35 minutes ago, we got confirmation from the prosecutor's office that of the 4 people, 2 were found dead, 1 wounded, and 1 alive.
Mm-hmm.
So Mexican officials said that the Americans were in the village of Tacolote, about 15 miles from where they were kidnapped on Friday. My thing is stay y'all asses in the US because there's a lot going on and Mexico ain't the place to go playing games.
Not where they, well, you
No,
know what
and they're going to Cabo in a week.
You be all right. Just stay near the beaten path. You be all right.
Sometimes folks go to places that they should, like, they have no business going. It's like the police ain't even going in there, but they want to, like, oh, I just want to go to the worst areas. I want to go where the locals go.
No, they went because,
well, they said that they were lost.
No, the black girl was going back for a cosmetic surgery. She was going for a tummy tuck, which a lot of people here do that.
Yes,
I know, but what I'm saying is they became lost in the area when they were looking.
Oh, right. Okay.
The place where she was supposed to have her surgery.
Right there.
They got lost, all right.
That's kind of what we're talking about. If you can't find where you're going,
all right.
Yeah, you're going to some back alley ass doctor, because it is notorious, of course, that they do have cheaper procedures and they will say yes to anything. Think about it. That's how Kanye's mom died. That's how a lot of people get. I mean, I will say they have the legitimate medical practices and facilities in Mexico are actually really, really exceptional. But yeah, you can't be going knocking on somebody's garage door and you smell gasoline and hear a chainsaw quit running and think you're gonna get a good procedure. And that's what she was doing. She was going for a tummy tuck, that's probably gonna be, $312. And they thought that they were gang members and they X'd them. That's exactly what I heard on the news. So
yeah,
it's a shame. But yeah, like, you got to keep your ass on the beaten path when you go somewhere and you don't know what's going on.
Right.
That's very true. Sad, but very true. Sad but true. So yeah, I know we all heard about that. People, come on.
So that is it for me with the 411. I just want to say one more thing. Okay, so this guy, right, was running a 40-yard dash in less than 5 seconds. Did you guys see this?
Oh, I'm blind. That's horrible.
I'm just saying, he did for real, though. He really did. You can Google it, George, and bring it up whenever you get a chance. Yes. No, but it's awesome, though. You know what I'm saying? He looking like freaking Rico Suarez.
He looking like fucking Forrest Gump. I bet he didn't. I bet it's a prank. He ain't gonna run no. Yeah.
No, he really did. He actually really did.
No, I mean, sub 5 ain't bad. You run sub 4 or 5, then we'll talk. But that was ugly. That was an ugly.
A 40-yard dash in 5 seconds and under 5 seconds?
Yeah, you gotta understand. 40-yard dash in 5 seconds is not great. That's for linemen. If you run a 40-yard dash in under 4.5 seconds, that's fast. It's a difference. It's a big difference. We talk track, but I appreciate it, Mimi. I appreciate it.
Just a little joke to end my segment. So what's up, guys? What y'all got?
Y'all got anything? Because I do. I got a few things. You got something?
I do.
What you got?
Okay, so I don't know if people are familiar with this, and I'm really surprised that not more news outlets are talking about it. But Mississippi just passed in their House, in the Mississippi House of Representatives, a law basically that's likened to Jim Crow. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
They're going backwards.
Yeah.
Kinda. They're already backwards, but like, I tell anybody that'll listen, keep your ass out of the deep south, Mississippi.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I love my people, but Arkansas, Alabama, go. Why are you still there? I don't give a damn if your great granddaddy buried there or not. Your ass needs to leave. The deep south is still horrific in a lot of ways. So.
Well, according to ABC News, this is the most oppressive legislation that the Mississippi House passes. It's a very controversial bill, but it's still in the bill form. So basically, the Mississippi House passed a controversial bill that would form a court system of unelected judges and prosecutors to preside over part of the majority that is Black part of the city of Jackson, Mississippi. And the Black residents make up 82.8% of the city's population, according to the U.S. Census. So the bill would expand the city's Capital Complex Improvement District, which was created by the Mississippi legislature to establish regular funding and administration of infrastructure projects within a defined area of the city of Jackson, according to the city documents. So basically, in layman's terms, instead of giving the city's majority Black residents an opportunity to vote for judges and prosecutors in their courts, the Republican-backed bill, now keyword, Republican, the Republican-backed bill would require government officials to choose who fills those positions. So basically, the people no longer would have a say in who, becomes a judge or a prosecutor. So basically, who, affects their lives. They would no longer have a say in what that is. So basically, those of you who don't understand, how a bill becomes a law. So right now, it's just a bill. Now, once a bill is signed by the president or his veto is overridden by both the houses, it becomes a law and is assigned an official number. So it hasn't gotten to that point yet. So after both the House and Senate have approved a bill in identical form, the bill is sent to the president. If the president approves of the legislation, it is signed and becomes a law. So that's basically how a bill becomes a law. But before it even gets to that point, it has to pass through the House. Then from the House, it has to go to committee. Then after committee, it has to go to the Senate. Then it has to go back to the House. I mean, there are different stages that it has to go through before it actually becomes a law. And as far as for me, I don't believe that this one will actually ever become a law. But the fact that we have legislature that has been drawn up to bring us backwards rather than progress us forwards is very,
disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Of
Yes.
course.
I'm looking for it's extremely disturbing. And so I think, all of our listeners and all of those who are in the earshot of my voice, educate yourselves on what's being passed. Look up what laws are active and what laws are inactive, because some of those inactive laws can be brought up to be reinstated, and that's what we don't want. So just educate yourselves on what's going on in Congress. Educate yourselves on what legislature they're trying to pass. Pay attention, because these things you may think, oh, it's just happening in Mississippi. And that's all well and good. However, when one state does something, it trickles down to another state, and next another state, and we're all screwed if this particular bill, which is horrible, does get passed and ends up becoming a law, which, of course, President Biden said anything like that would get vetoed immediately. So I think we're safe. But the fact that, this is up on the, up for talking points, it's up for, people that are lobbying for this to happen. And this is a scary thing, that we are regressing backwards. I do not want to see Jim Crow come back. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who don't. But sadly, in that same breath, there are those who do. And that's what we need to be careful of.
The place would erupt. See what's happening now with these young kids, man?
It very well could, but we don't want it to get to that point, is what I'm saying. And the best way to arm ourselves is to educate yourself of what's going on. If you're traveling, make sure
we're about to travel. You're
not good. Make sure that the laws to the state in which you're traveling. If you're traveling abroad, make sure that you know the laws to whatever country you're traveling to, because when you're there, those laws do affect you. They pertain to you. And as when you're in a different state, those laws pertain to you. So what laws pertain in Arizona wouldn't necessarily pertain in Washington, for example, because some laws are different. Some laws are state specific. So just be aware, educate yourselves on, what to expect. And above all things, know your rights. Study up on your rights, because there are many times that law enforcement preys on the fact and they hope that you don't know and they expect you to not know. So throw a monkey wrench in their plan and learn your rights, be prepared, and just educate yourselves. Knowledge in this it's important. Ignorance is no longer bliss. You have to educate yourselves, know what's going on, and just stay in the loop. And I'll just end it there.
Yes, my fault history. All right. So I keep telling y'all, don't go south.
Right.
If you can avoid it, I got people there, but
unfortunately, I'm going south in 2 weeks.
Well,
way south.
Yeah,
but I know the law in Cabo. The law in Cabo is, if I don't know you, don't touch me. That's the law.
They can't reach you. They can't shake your hand. All that. Shut up.
Oh, also one other thing. Shout out to Travis and Jason Kelsey on their new podcast, New Heights. They are the #1 podcast in the world right now, which is pretty awesome. They're doing a great job. So shout out to New Heights. Welcome to the podcast world. And everyone's support. It's really great.
Go get them, boys. Go get them.
Go get them.
Yeah, I love it. I got some wacky shit for y'all just because I've been kind of keeping up this week. Let's see. First of all, we'll start with there's a guy stabbed a flight attendant on a flight, but it was with a spoon. I know. Did you see it, G? Now, here's the thing. It made me laugh because it just goes to show some people will leave it at that. Get away with all kind of shit. He's up there talking shit, making threats. Nobody said a word. Dude was visibly disturbed. Nobody said a word. He charging people doing all kind of things. You know that was a plane full of fucking non-tanned people, because I guarantee you, if it had been any other way around, shit would have got real. But what I think is funny is how people talk shit and go, oh man, if I was on there, I would have done blah, blah, blah. It was a plane full of people and nobody saw fit to whoop that dude's ass until he started attacking flight attendants and headed toward the cockpit. This is how that kind of crap happens. Everybody has that it ain't my business, not in my backyard type of mentality. So I think it's interesting in this day and age, post 9/11, post whatever, you can still get up there and make a fuss and get away with that. I think, hell, if your baby's crying too loud, if you're talking too loud on your phone or whatever, you should be able to get hogtied and beat down and put in the back. This dude stabbed somebody. So you got it, George? Now, do you have the right video? Don't show me the after with the damn news reporter saw.
This morning, a United Airlines passenger is facing federal charges following a terrifying incident on board a Boston-bound flight.
I will kill every man on this flight.
According to court documents, about 45 minutes before landing the cross-country trip from Los Angeles, the flight crew was notified that an emergency exit door on the plane had been disarmed. A flight attendant discovered the door's handle had been moved out of the fully locked position. Another flight attendant reporting 33-year-old Francisco Torres had been near the door, leading the crew to believe he had tampered with it. When confronted, Torres allegedly responded, asking if there were cameras to prove it. Witnesses say that's when he got out of his seat, approached 2 flight attendants in the aisle, and allegedly attempted to stab one of them in the neck 3 times with a broken metal spoon.
We started hearing his voice get louder and louder. He was clearly agitated.
Passengers on board the plane, seen in this video shared by witness Lisa Olson, tackled and restrained the suspect.
There were probably 4 or 5 men that restrained him on the ground.
Torres later admitting to investigators he knew if he opened the door, many people would die. Also claiming self-defense during the altercation, saying he made the weapon on board in the bathroom.
Just how unusual is
See, right there. That just goes to show that you can get away with all kind of shit. How long did that whole thing take? And everybody watched the show. So if that plane would have gone down, it'd have been on all those dumbasses. Because what you ain't gonna do is get up, get belligerent, do all that, and then I'm just gonna watch you. That dude should have had his ass whooped a long time ago. So I just, but let that be me. Let that be me getting mad because somebody's headphones are too loud. They have my ass arrested. They'll make an emergency landing and have air marshals arrest me for whatever, for ordering 2 damn Dr. Peppers. But this idiot can take over the damn plane. So I'm just saying. So anyway, I guess they kind of figured that part out. Okay. Now I got another good one. If you can pull this one up, G, please do, because this is controversial. There was a teacher, I believe I want to say Canada. I love my brothers up there, but go figure. This teacher had size Z, as in zebra, titties, implants, prosthetic, whatever. Now, the teacher was basically put on paid leave. In my opinion, whoever this person is played the system. They think it's a man dressing up as a woman, but the person claims to be a woman. It's all kind of bullshit. I think it really is a man dressed up because, first of all, nobody with size Z titties is going to be walking or teaching. Why would you? And then, two, the individual kept on wearing like see-through shirts and all kinds of, mind you, grade school teacher to and big, all you see is big ass nipples coming through the sweater and shirt. It's an attention seeking thing. I think it's somebody who was trying to get paid who beat the system. And so that part about it, you can get away with that because you can sue for any kind of discrimination for anything now. Why did they hire the person? They don't even know if it's a man or a woman, to be quite honest. And like I said, if anybody got an issue with that, don't write me, don't call me. Come to Vegas. I like to fight. I really don't. Because if I would have seen that person teaching my child, I'd have punched him in the motherfucking face. Like, you, as a school system, that school should be shut down because you've already proven that the desire and the whatever of one person can supersede all of, all kinds of voting panels, and things like that. But anyway, like the picture is ridiculous. I mean, when you just the enormity of these fucking titties is ridiculous. How can you teach? You're a spectacle. As soon as you walk in, the morning class, the motherfuckers out here. And literally you're trying. And so, yeah, okay. And JJ proved my point. It's supposed to be a prosthetic and it was a man dressed as a woman. Exactly. And there was someone actually who saw a picture who took a picture of the person without that on. They caught the person out in the park or whatever, took a picture, and it was proven. But they still paid administratively. They paid this person to take a leave, but they couldn't fire him because nobody wants to be sued. See, this is what I mean by, boy, you got to get this back alley justice back in here now. I'm trying to tell you, because people are just running. I mean, they running crazy with everything. Show this ugly motherfucker. Ugly as hell. Look at that. That kind of shit at school. That's an ugly dude and an ugly girl.
Ew.
And here's
actually, what it says is that he's a trans.
Well, that could be anything nowadays, but that's beside the point. This individual claims to have been born with this bullshit and gave all kind of pituitary and all kind of reasons why. I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all saw what JJ said though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. JJ proved my point. My point is, it was proven to be a man. Those are strap-ons, basically strap-ons. Now, let me flip the script. If a man walked into, or if a woman walked into a school dressed as a man with a big ass 24-inch dildo taped to her leg and said, "Hey, I was born like this, but I'm gonna teach your kids," every parent in the country will lose their mind. But this ugly ass person can do that and dare you to say something. See, that's what I'm talking about. Frontier justice needs to come back a lot of times because that ugly dude needs to have his ass beat. You do that in front of my kids ain't in school, but you get my point. People are taking advantage of this weak ass system we have.
Yes.
We're a laughing stock in North America, and I unfortunately Canada's kind of included, even though they are North America. They're on the continent, I should say. But it's pitiful. That's ugly. That whole thing was ugly. Every part of that was ugly. So anyway, I saw that and thought it was crazy. And and again, he'll probably get paid for a while and XYZ and all that kind of shit. I got another good one. Let me make some of y'all happy. There's a new Girl Scout cookie out. Now, there's people out there excited in the mug. You see that they light up. It's been a long time, I think, since the last new edition was added, but a good one, I'll say. You got your old standbys and all that, but it's called a Raspberry Rally, and it's supposed to be. They literally said people are selling them on the black market for like 2 and 3 times what a box is worth. Like, really, America, really, is that how we doing? We slinging cookies now, and we using dope man prices. They literally losing their mind about this cookie. Like, I guess a box is $4, and the people are selling them for like $8. And just it's pathetic. But anyway, new Girl Scout cookie supposed to be the bomb. So if any of y'all know a Girl Scout or get some, let your boy know. I haven't had one in years. So anyway, you find something?
I don't eat them at all. I think they all taste the same.
What the hell? Did you burn your tongue as a child? What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know. I've never liked them. I've just always supported the Girl Scouts. Like, can you buy a box of cookies? Okay, let me get 3 boxes. Get out of here, and then give them away. But I just
no, they don't know.
I support. I was in the Girls and Boys Club for a little while. We had fun.
Yeah,
but I ain't never sold no Girl Scout cookies though.
They weren't made from real Girl Scouts. So. But you got it, George? You got something?
Oh no, that's
that's the other one. Okay, I thought you had
one. That's for my 411.
Okay, I got one more.
Actually, gonna lead into your segment. So
okay, cool. Well, I got one more and then lead me in. Tiger Woods. Now, we love him. We love to hate this guy because here's the thing about Tiger. Greatest golfer probably in the 20th century, for sure, 21st century, but he's the biggest idiot because he had no real experience. He had no backing. Once his pops died, he was done for.
He went south. Yeah.
And Tiger's made such an ass of himself. Latest girlfriend is suing him for $30 million because he broke up with her and put her out.
Right.
And now he did it. He did the right thing. He made her sign an NDA, but she wants it to be revoked, and she wants a judge to award her $30 million because his staff put her and her clothes and shit out and breached whatever verbal agreement we have. See, right there. I keep telling you, Tiger, you're gonna learn. Boy, you better go to one of these third world countries, get you a girl with a tan who ain't all about this money, because every time he keeps on getting these damn Waffle House and IHOP employees, this is what you get every time. Nigga, if you let with dogs, you get up with fleas. So that's on you, Tiger. You keep on getting fucking Mary Jane Rotten Crotch from the fucking Waffle House, and this is what you're gonna get. You dumb son of a bitch. I never feel bad for Tiger. I think I feel shit about him, but he deserves everything. I hope you go 100% broke, and I hope every fucking PWT girl out there gets some of your money and names her trailer after you, dumb cocksucker. Anyway, moving on. I don't like it.
We're under. Goddamn it! Tell us how you really feel.
Fuck that dude. Absolutely fuck that.
So I'm actually gonna start off Roger's segment, this one. So let me go ahead and hit this right quick first. Yo, let's get it. Sports and fitness with Roger Hawkins.
I'm gonna get a picture of me in there eventually, but in the meantime, I'm enjoying it.
All right, so here comes the heartbreaker.
Uh-oh.
Here comes the heartbreaker. And I ain't even gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna play it.
Uh-oh.
You mentioned Frank Clark. It's going to create $21 million in cap savings for 2023. He's a guy that they picked up. Remember when they had D Ford become a franchise tag player. They traded him to the 49ers for a second-round pick. And then in that same offseason, they traded for Frank Clark, who had been franchise tagged by the Seahawks for, I believe, a second-round pick. So Clark has been there. There was an off-field issue with the firearms charge. That's all resolved now. I think he served a brief suspension during the season. The season just is a whirlwind, as someone on this show once said. But regardless, it's over now. $21 million in savings. He did have 2.5 sacks in the postseason. He's got 13.5 for his career, third most in league history. He'll become a free agent, and someone will sign him. But the Chiefs needed that cap relief. They had a big contract for him and a big contract for Chris Jones. Between the two, we know which one is going to stay.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, we add in, Orlando Brown Jr. to that conversation. I think that's where they'd probably like to, put their resources at right now. Frank Clark's still a really good football player, but yeah, the production doesn't not quite necessarily, meet the salary at this point. And I think that's smart football. I get that. And there'll be a market for him, but $20 million a year, that type of thing. No, not exactly. Again, still a good pass rusher, plays the run well, plays hard. There's a lot of things to like about Frank Clark's game, but yeah, putting his name as one of the top tier pass rushers in all of football. No, that time has, come and gone, or maybe he can regain it, but he's not in that conversation right now.
Yep.
And there you have it.
Yep.
So what you think about that?
Yep, and I'm glad you did that, because I was actually going to talk about that. We knew what was going to. What up, Trey? What up, family? We knew what was going to happen, because the minute you become a winner, everybody wants a raise. So, and they're right. Jones is going to be at the top of the list. He's going to eat. And so Frank Clark, unfortunately, is going to be the byproduct, because, yeah, even though he's solid, he ain't $20 million a year solid. We can pull a lot of young talent with that. So you knew it was going to happen. It just makes me go, we know he's going. We're going to get – the thing is, they're going to do well. They're going to get a lot of money off Clark. They're going to get a lot of money off Clyde Edwards-Helaire, because he was a first rounder for us. He's going to be gone. They're going to get some money off of a couple of receivers. So they're going to pull in. They should rebuild or add two. I won't say rebuild. They should add two very well coming up. Chiefs, that is. There is talks about getting DeAndre Hopkins as a receiver, which I think could be real beneficial. We'll see, because he's looking at a couple other places. But I think he'll be a decent addition. I mean, he's been in the league for a while, so he may have a few good years productively left. We'll see what happens with that. So there's that. I know this offseason is gonna be really interesting. I know we talked about Morant, as Mimi was talking about. I mean, the Grizzlies actually benched him indefinitely. Like, I think that's unprecedented. Look at.
Okay, so hold on a second. I thought it was only two. I thought it was only 2 games.
No.
Oh no.
No, but again,
that's hella punishment.
People can get mad if they want. 2 sets of rules. It is what it is. We have to play by 2 sets of rules. When you are a person of color, you're going to be made an example of. Brett Favre stole $5 million from the poorest state in the country, and he's mad now and wants to sue Shannon Sharp and a couple of other people for defamation. I would love it if Brett Favre had his leg bitten off by a shark and then hit by a fucking 18-wheeler. Fuck that. Listen, fuck that dude. Poorest state in the nation. Fuck that dude. I hope
this
he loses.
This is what's going to happen, guys. We're going to have to travel with a whole lot of security when it comes to Roger. Okay.
Brett Favre ain't with me.
Sniper. CB and the boy sniper. We are hiring. Just
hey, I know. I train with.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, I got a homeboy that's an Army Ranger. I know a sniper, so fuck Brett Favre. Anyway.
It can't.
Speaking of shitty Green Bay quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers is leaving too. He's another future Hall of Famer. He's going to go, I want to say he was looking at going I don't think Tampa Bay is a serious consideration. We'll see what happens, but Green Bay is over him. So they're over Aaron Rodgers. Again, they got these old prima donna ass guys. They're over him. Derek Carr from the Raiders is possibly going to the Saints. So we're going to see some different crap this year, next season, which will keep things interesting. We'll see what happens. But again, the moral of the day is, and even Shaq talked about it on his show. He's like, guys, you got to set the example. You got to stop doing all this goofy shit, trying to make a spectacle of yourself for people like him and people that came before him that worked so hard to get these paychecks and get this notoriety and shows and all that. You know, if they catch one of us, look what they just said about Kemp and what they just said about Frank Clark. And look, did you notice every time they talk about a black athlete, they have to lead in with a weapons charge, what he did wrong, what he's been convicted of. They don't do that the other way around. They lead in with, he buys Girl Scout cookies, he washes his mom's car on Sunday when it ain't us. But when it's us, anything bad they did, you ain't even got to do it. I heard his brother once stole a pair of shoes. They don't care. If you know you're under the microscope, keep your nose clean, damn it. So that's my rant for sports and all that today. Like I said, I'll get back to fitness one day when I finally heal myself. But anyway, we at the top of the bottom of the top of the hour, I think.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something right quick because I know we got a couple minutes into the topic of the night and shit, right? But about sports, because I have a problem with this. Now, you guys know, as y'all know, I don't know a lot of this sports names and all that, and guys that've been in sports for fucking 100 years and all this bullshit, and who's retired and been sitting down for 40 years and they'll now have Alzheimer's and they don't know nothing and they don't know names and they don't know shit. But why is it that they wait until somebody's about to croak and die before they put them in the Hall of Fame?
Because they don't want you to come back and try to play again and add to your legacy. So if I retire, you have to wait, like football. You have to be out of the game 5 years. Which means,
look, Roger, I'm not talking about you who, in the next 20 years,
no,
you're
I'm talking
really
about
good
period,
and still move around like you 50.
Period.
I'm trying to say that these guys are 80 and 90 years old and looking like they're about to die, and you give them a Hall of Fame jacket and they're looking like.
Okay, but
that's what he just said.
That's what I'm telling you. First of all, it's a voting process. Second of all, we're just taking football, for example. In a lot of pro sports, you have to be retired for no less than 5 years before you're eligible. Meaning you probably won't come back, because look at Michael Jordan. He retired a time or two and he kept coming back, but you can come back within a year or two and still be in shape. If you leave 5 years, more than likely you're not going back. Right. So that's part of the process. The other part is it's a vote. It's up to a vote. A board and different balloters and things like that have to vote you in. So some people don't get in on the first try. It takes a couple of tries before people go, you know what, let them in. It's like
how many years between tries? Because some of these guys are like I said, 80 years old. But
here's the thing: some people don't get it until they're already dead. Your family gets the award. Your family gets the award.
Wow. Yeah, that's so.
That's the way. But you know what? Have you ever heard of people?
I'm trying to think of what there's a baseball player that's been retired for 20-some years.
Are you talking about Pete Rose? He ain't gonna get in.
No, it was somebody else. Actually, it was a black player that just got
right. But they it's okay, look. Emmys, Grammys, Hall of Fame, it's all a popularity contest. It really is.
Emmys and Grammys and all that stuff is all cool. But I'm just talking about these guys that get Hall of Fame, these jackets. The guy is wearing a yellow jacket, and I'm pretty sure he don't even know whether it's yellow, white, or black. He's just sitting there like.
Okay, everybody ain't that fucking old, Mimi. Some of them are your age. You talking about
these guys are so old. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. And I'm gonna have to ask somebody.
Yeah. They ain't all that damn old. They may look bad because their body's beat up, but a lot of them aren't. Some of them are old, some of them are not. And then you have all the past ones come back.
I'm gonna ask my brother because me and my brother was looking at that shit, and we were just like, he's 100 years old. Like, why is he getting a jacket now? He don't even know. They're giving him the jacket, and they're like, congratulations, and he's just sitting there like, okay.
Because it's an overdue honor. No. There's no rhyme or reason. There is no time limit, like George said. It can be, you can get it your first time being eligible. It may take 20 years for whatever reason.
I'm gonna look for it because I felt bad, and now I feel worse that Roger is sitting here like, oh, Mimi is not that old. Yes, he was 100 years old. I'm gonna find him.
He might have been, but everybody isn't. They don't wait for everybody to be 100.
Right. Well, we'll be right back after these messages.
Oh, shit.
Hey everybody, it's me,
CB. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you conversation, motivation, music, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. So tune in. Let's talk. Join us as we shake things up and talk things out. CB and the boys. Join us for your Midweek Motivation. See ya.
불타오르네. I'ma make you pump like that. Make you pump like that. Make you pump like that. Make you pump like that.
Hey everybody, let's get together and feel alright with CB and the Boys radio show. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you music, conversation, motivation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun.
You're gonna make me happy one day. One day you're gonna make me happy with this song.
Yeah, we sitting in the bar. We haven't played the whole song.
All right, and we are back and ready to start our next segment, getting into the topic of the night. We're talking about the polyamorous life. So for those of you who do not know what the polyamorous life is and what the meaning of polyamory is, it is, according to Webster's Dictionary online, it's characterized by or involved in the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships with the consent of all the people involved. So basically, it's a she, me, and he, or her, her, and her, he, and he, or they, them, they, and them, you know, anyway. But it's multiple relationships, basically, and everyone is of consent to do so. So it's not polygamy in a sense, but these are, you know, it's basically like menage a trois.
And it's not cheating.
It is not considered cheating.
It's based on honesty, guys.
Because everything is consensual.
Be honest about your
So yeah, it is not considered cheating. However,
don't put the however in there.
Polyamory is the practice of or desire for romantic relationships with more than one partner at the same time. Basically, you know, to put it in layman's terms. But let's put a twist on this. There is a double standard. So a man who engages in polyamory is a stud.
Big old pimp.
He's a, yeah, exactly. He's a pimp. He's a legend. But if a woman decides that she wants to have multiple partners, she's a hoe. A legendary hoe, but a hoe just the same. Where's the
legendary
fairness?
Hoe? The hoe is a hoe.
And you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
I mean, you really can, but just get ready for the shit.
I was gonna say, depending on who you ask. But
the old cliche, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. But like Mimi said, you actually can.
Not until she's ready.
You can.
You actually can.
She's gonna be hot for the moment.
Yeah. And so, some people regard you know, having multiple relationships, I guess it's not even having an open relationship. It's agreeing to, you know, be up on the same like minds, the same accord as to, you know, having multiple partners. And I don't know. I'm not about the monogamy stuff. So I guess you could say that I cheat. I can't be faithful in a relationship. Hence,
You're like true
goddamn honest.
confession.
Hey,
I'm a cheater. That's what happened. Damn.
yeah. I mean, I get bored. I get bored with the same old, same old. So
Okay, I'm gonna
I
ask you a
believe
question.
variety is the
I'm
spice
gonna.
of life.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Mm.
So, are you honest in your relationships to tell your partner, "Hey, look, there's a possibility that I just might get bored and I might just cheat on you"?
Yeah.
You tell them.
Well, no. What I do is I sabotage my relationships on purpose. I do things
Oh God.
just to end
So
it.
you consciously know you fucked your
That's
shit up on
terrible.
purpose.
You are. You know that you're gonna fuck it up,
Yeah.
but you
On
don't let him
purpose.
know. You just let him ride until you get bored, and then it's like, nah, I'm gonna cheat, and then he's gonna find out, and he's gonna be pissed off, and then
Horrible.
he's gonna leave.
I just stop calling. They'll
Horrible.
call and continue calling and leaving text messages and voicemails, and it just
Horrible.
I ignore. It's like beep, leave a message that I'll never answer. So
Horrible.
I mean, I do that on purpose. I don't want anyone to fall in love. No. It's not about love. It's about lust. It's a
Okay,
lust.
so let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a position where you've said, okay, this is what it is, this is how I am, and then you've gotten permission from that individual that if you want to step out, you could?
No, I don't need anybody's permission. I do what I want.
Which one of y'all left?
You just posed the question.
See what JJ said? How do you cheat if you don't date, CB?
Yeah, like I said, it's a lust thing.
Well,
I'm
when
not
I
worried
did.
about trying to date a guy and get to know somebody. I did that for 4 years and it was wasted. I'm done.
JJ is actually like when she is in a relationship, she'll just sabotage it if she gets bored and she just doesn't want to be in it anymore. Well, you don't have to sabotage it. You can just let the person know, look, I'm bored. I don't want this anymore, and let's move on.
Okay, so
why do you sabotage it so they don't come back?
Yeah, but they always come back.
So my question is because again we know you've covered like lifestyle type shit in there back home and in where you live now.
Yeah.
What did you encounter that like I mean you were around it a lot. So how did you encounter couples handling things like that in terms of people coming in, exchanging, switching partners, swapping the whole nine? I mean, did you ever encounter anybody that you go, you know what, I would do that with him? Did any of that appeal to you to be like, okay, you know what? If I'm with somebody who thinks like I do, we can be together, but we can also go out there and switch and swap
and do our thing.
Well, my thing is being in the lifestyle, I was around it and I'm considered, being in it because in the lifestyle, I'm snapshot. But I did like the photography and stuff. So it didn't bother me being around it at all. I thought it was cool. I thought it was refreshing. I saw a lot of marriages being saved because of that.
Shit.
Seriously. Seriously. I've talked to a lot of couples who would come to the parties and stuff, and they were talking about how their relationship was before they decided to do this to spice things up. And she says this one woman said that she's more attracted to her husband now, that she has permission to have multiple partners at the party because it's in a controlled environment. You have rooms to play, you have the dungeon, those that are into the, BDSM, and you just, it's just fun. It's having fun without borders, without boundaries. Everyone is accepting. There's no judging. There's no judgment at all.
You're welcome, JJ.
Absolutely, JJ. Absolutely 100%.
So, but you're not a swinger.
Yeah, yes. I didn't have multiple partners or anything like that, and I didn't, participate in anything, but I saw a lot.
So then you're just really, you're really not just. You're
more of a voyeur.
She's a voyeur.
You cannot be considered that lifestyle thing you talk about, which I'm so confused still about. But anyway, the whole lifestyle, if you were just a photographer in there taking pictures.
Yeah, I was a photographer and I also DJ'd sometimes, played music, set the mood.
But that's like you had a contract, like a contract for hire type thing, where it wasn't like you was just really in there, like, you know what, let me bring my partner and we can just go.
No. No, we didn't do that. I didn't do that
Okay,
because
so
I
you,
didn't.
so you're just like
I
you
was
said, you're just a
single, though.
cheater. You just
I was
cheat. That's
Warrior.
it.
Yeah, I mean, you think about
Warrior.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Warrior.
So I think
I wouldn't call it a voyeur,
You
sir.
watched?
It wasn't like that.
You watched? You
right.
took
I
pictures?
played music to
You're
set the
voyeur.
mood. I had to watch to see what songs to play.
All right, then
yeah.
that means you see
To
the
make
rhythm.
sure
Hey,
things jump off the way they're supposed to jump off.
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, you
dun,
can't
dun,
throw
dun,
techno
dun,
in there.
dun.
Amazing people in the lifestyle. And I've made friends that, we all consider ourselves family. Like after the parties were over, we would have breakfast, chill, talk about things. I mean, it's a community.
Did y'all,
We're all
now here's my
family.
question.
It was cool.
Did y'all do all that naked when y'all went and planned and hung out and barbecued? And all that?
Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, ain't no fun if I mean.
Yeah.
If you have clothes on.
Don't call yourself a group if you ain't naked.
Yes, clothing was optional.
Okay, so did you take your clothes off to take pictures of people?
Did I take my clothes off? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
I mean,
Warrior.
But they took their clothes off. I took many a nude photos of people.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, why do you think, and just anybody, why do you think there tends to be a little bit of a double standard when it comes to polyamory oftentimes? I mean, CB's right. Like I said, I've done security for, lifestyle parties, and I have seen a lot of things going as well. But usually you catch a lot more. You don't catch as many men in some respects willing to offer up their respective woman, but they'll take somebody else's. I mean, we're hypocrites. I'll be the first to tell you we're hypocrites, but you understand how that operates. I mean, part of it is personal and part of it is like societal and what's been established.
Exactly. I would definitely agree 100%. Society plays a big role in people's view of a person who is considered promiscuous.
Exactly.
She's considered a hoe, plain and simple. There's no gray area like she might be a hoe, maybe. No, they think automatically that she's a hoe. But if a man does it, then it's accepted. He's a stud. He's a pimp.
A hoe is a hoe.
But do we understand why? That thought process.
Yeah, see, that's the burning question. Why? And again, it has to do with society's view.
Well,
a lot of the things and a lot of the roles people play are perceived based off of what society's expectations are.
Right. Well, okay.
Because some people, actually care what other people think, whereas there's some people who don't give a shit what other people think and they do what they want to do.
Right.
Life is too short to not do what you want to do and to do things that give you passion, to do things that make you feel happy. And if you're a part of a community that has those same views that you have, and is open to things and doesn't judge you for being who you are or being who you want to be, where you're still trying to figure it all out. But if you have that environment, like seriously, if
I was laughing at Trey.
You're laughing at Trey.
I was a hoe.
Okay, now, CB, I'm gonna ask you this. You're probably more well versed than we are. What is like the average age range when it comes to that lifestyle? What's the average age range? What would you guess?
It would be around our age. I would say starting. Exactly. The youngest person there was in their 30s.
Exactly.
So 30 and up.
Okay, right. So what we call getting into grown folk age. So I think the point that I'm getting at, and I'm glad you told me that, because when we're younger, if you look at how society breeds our thought process, you want a particular person to be okay. Remember, as a man, we have particular responsibilities, and we're putting that out there. So yes, we are supposed to be teachers. We are supposed to have the information, the knowledge, and be the leaders. We have to have experience. As a woman, that is supposed to be valued, you really shouldn't, because I'm supposed to be your leader. Now, if I come to a woman and go, hey, you know what, girl, we're gonna go around the world, and she's like, I've already been around the world. Okay, I'm gonna put you on my yacht. I've already been on the yacht. I'm gonna teach you all these moves. I already know them. What fucking good are you to me? That means you've got too much experience. You use goods. So a young man with the world at his feet doesn't want that. Now, an older guy who's got experience in life is like, yo, bet you experience. That means you know what you like, and let me come in there and we can do whatever. But when you're younger, that ain't what you're all about, because you're thinking marriage, family, legacy, and that's different. It's an age cutoff.
I'll tell you this: for all the men who say, you know, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Well, I can say this. You know, women have now realized that it's not worth buying a whole pig for a little sausage.
Well.
You fucking with the wrong farm animals in. So I'm a Sagittarius, goddammit.
80% of women are against marriage now.
Yes. But you also want to know what the thing is, and again, we're in a different age demographic.
Hold on a second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Just hold that thought. George and Trey, you two are going in timeout. I don't know who the bigger hoe was.
That bullshit, girl, go to your room. You stop me for George and Trey. Look over there, you fucking squirrel over here. Yeah, we got some autistic fucking hosts on here. Anyway,
that's true. Nobody was a bigger hoe than George back in the day.
Okay, so JJ said I was a hoe in my younger days. I felt like if a man can fuck who he wants without repercussions, why can't I? I always kept it real with my sexual partners, and everybody knew what the deal was.
JJ gets it. Yes.
Right. So
yes.
And here the thing is,
gets it. Yes.
You're going to encounter that, and there's nothing wrong with to thine own self be true. You have to ask people what they want. Now, once again, we're all in a different.
It's what I want. Damn it.
And so, okay, but see, if we take this approach, my thing is, it's about longevity.
No, it's about me.
Okay, so what? Okay, so what are you going to do?
She doesn't even want longevity. Crystal don't give a shit about nobody's longevity. All she cares about is I'm getting mine, and when it's over, it's over.
Which is perfectly fine.
Well, but she does like longevity, but not like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everybody, but for people that don't think like that, they're not going to go that route. You know, for every CB out there, there's a bunch of people that are traditionally the other way.
Yeah.
Ain't no man putting up with that. So
the one that's short dick, man.
You bad judge of character, apparently.
Teeny, teeny, weeny.
I mean, so again, so what do you advertise when you put on your profile? What do you say to guys? You know, you gotta have this much and make this much. I mean, what you do this? You do the 3-6 rule, 6, 6, and 6.
No, the main thing I emphasize is that I want someone taller than me. If I can't look up with you, if you are not this tall, you cannot ride this ride. Period.
That's interesting, because most women want a man taller than them, stronger than them, usually that makes more money than them, and more intelligent.
I want them taller, and I want them to be able to pick me up.
So taller, stronger, able to defend, preferably financially.
I'm not thinking about defense. I'm thinking about being defending.
Look at her face. Do you see that?
Oh, okay. So what if he says, I want someone who's younger with a lower body count?
Then he can keep it moving. There's other guys. Do you not know that I have guys in my DMs right now dying to date me? I told Mimi about one from her.
Hey,
know me
better. Bring one here in a couple of weeks, and we're gonna get him drunk, and I'm gonna see what he really about. We're gonna talk shit. I love vetting people. Shit. I got daughters. Bring that motherfucker here.
Every time a guy messages me on Facebook, I already know where it's going to go, and it always goes there. Every time.
Wait. Now, for you, that's a good thing. But is there a problem with that, people?
Yes.
Why? Why?
For me,
where does it go? It goes. Where does it go?
It goes, well, I want to get to know you better. I saw your picture. I saw your video. I caught your show last week. Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit. I'm not interested.
So
and then they don't ever want to take no for an answer.
You just want dick
I
pics.
had a vision. You're going to be my wife. Well, I guess you're blind because you didn't see shit. Not over here. Keep it moving. When a woman tells you no, when a woman tells you straight out, I'm not interested, believe her because she's not. Don't keep messaging her. And I blocked them. They've created new accounts and messaged me again. You can try to block me, but I'm not gonna stop. I want to keep on coming. Dude,
okay, so now here's my question.
Somebody. That's ridiculous.
Are you interested? Are you interested in any of them?
No.
You're a walking contradiction. What they need to start sending you dick pics then. Because I mean, I'm trying to figure this out.
Who said they haven't? I haven't mentioned those idiots.
Oh God. Well, look,
the one that I respect is he just didn't beat around the bush. He was like, man, I want to. He's just like, I want to rock your world. I want to fuck you. And I'm like, well, damn, don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel. I mean, I respected that because he didn't beat around the bush. He just let me know what he wanted.
So okay, did you or are you now? Did you tell him if you do, I'm still fucking other people? Did you tell him that?
No, I didn't give him the time of day. If I don't ask for your dick pic, don't just send it to me. I'm not interested in that. That is the biggest turnoff.
Oh, good.
What happened to hi? How are you? Why do I open up the message?
Because you complain about both sides of that. Hold on. Hold on. You just complained about the motherfucker that says hi, hello, hi, how are you? Oh, I know where this is gonna go. And then he said, and then you get the motherfucker that's like, well, fuck it, I'm straightforward. Let's fuck. And you're like, no, that doesn't work. How about saying hello, hi, how are you? Make me understand.
Hey, proof positive out there in the world. If you ask woman what she wants today, that shit'll change tomorrow.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so this is the thing, CB. You need to let us know, how does it go?
Well, my thing is
because evidently it has to be a turn off if somebody comes your way. So does it mean that you have to go somebody's way for it to be like about you?
I don't chase anyone. They come to me. But the thing is, it's always the way they start. Anytime a guy that approaches me, he was like, you just seem like somebody I want to get to know. I'm like, yeah, go away. So
what works? What would you like to hear that will make you interested? What would you like to hear? In a group setting, one-on-one, what would CB like to hear?
I like hi. Hi, how are you doing? For some reason, good morning has always been a turn off because I'm
good morning text. A good morning text means I got a call because we fucked last night. I don't want you to feel like a hoe, so I got to say good morning. That's what good morning means. It means we fucked last night.
Not if you're a stranger and you're just messaging me.
Well, no, it's the obligatory good morning, so she don't feel like she got taken advantage of.
Okay, so this is the thing. No, and it doesn't matter to CB. The thing is, so are you into just like one night stands? Because you just really don't want to be bothered with the person the next day, or what is it going to take for you to be into the person the next day?
What's so funny is I've never had a one night stand. Like ever. Really.
I'm surprised. Okay, I'm really surprised about that. Actually, not being funny, but I am because you're so open. I'm really surprised. Mimi, I got to switch gears real quick because Mimi is kind of staunchly traditional. She makes me laugh because we be talking shit, but Mimi be acting like mammy sometimes. What is your thought? What's your thought on this? Because, obviously you're pretty traditional about things. We're going to have a different conversation next week. I can't wait because I'm going to make your yellow ass turn red. But what's your thought about this? Because again, you hear us all going. You being, I think, you're from a matriarchal family. It sounds like a lot of us. What's your thought on people doing this?
I respect everybody's choices. That's the one thing about me. Sometimes some things I just feel like that's some nasty shit. I won't do it. But other people has their views as to to how. Hey Trey, how are you, honey? Great day today, love. Thank you for asking. So I'm just a little bit weird about it because, like I said, it's not
so
me.
Mimi, you wouldn't two-fist it like two fucking, but you wouldn't two-fist it.
I ain't doing none of that shit. I'm because you know what? I'm not that. First of all, I consider it cheating. I'm gonna create a stalker because trust me,
it's not cheating if they're both there.
This is the thing. They both won't be though.
Oh my god.
And if it gets to that point where I feel like I have to step out, I have to be done with my relationship because I cannot. I just cannot. And look, CB's my sister. I get it. I respect her for whatever it is that she's into. That's her world. That's not mine. I'm good. And if somebody hurts you, I'm coming to get them. But you know, I just don't believe in this shit.
Want to stab. She don't want
the fun of it though. Like a menage a trois is fun. I've had a menage a trois.
This is the thing. I have never experienced none of this fuck shit that we talking about. So maybe that's why. But I think if I experienced it, I'd probably be like, damn. So I don't know. You don't know unless you experience it, and I don't know the experience, and I honestly don't want to know.
Well, I mean, and there are things that you know. I get it. If you're like, look, it's just not in me. But I like to have rationale behind anything.
Yeah.
You know, just a reason to understand.
I just wouldn't, because I think it would open up a Pandora box inside of me that I'm not prepared for. That's really the shit. That's really the shit. I might if I say to myself, you know what? I'm gonna try this shit.
Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere.
It's all about opening Pandora's box, and I'm not into that.
So here's my thing. It sounds to me like as a control freak.
So she's afraid of how she gonna react to it.
Yeah, because I might like it.
She's afraid of herself.
And then so what? So what? What's your point? If you do, then what?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't even want to know if I do or not.
But if you do, what's the worst that can happen? You can't go to jail for it.
No, I don't give a fuck about none of that because
I know.
I ain't going down. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
She's afraid she might have a menage a trois and get addicted.
Man, it's fun. It is fun. But I mean, I only had that.
No, don't justify it now. Don't just with your nasty ass. Don't justify it now. Don't justify it now.
No, I did it with one other couple, and it was fun. We had a good time. It was fun.
You know what?
No regrets. I live my life with no regrets at this point.
The world we live in right now
why?
is accepting of everything. So this is kind of a time when you can do pretty much anything. And fucking, if anybody criticizes you, they get destroyed. So you.
I don't give a fuck about criticism. I just really want to know how. Like I'll think about how I feel in the end of the whole thing. Like,
but
damn,
again,
was
if
it
you go,
to me or was it
I'm
not?
afraid I would like it. No, but the thing is, if you deprive yourself because you're afraid you would like something too much, that's different. That sounds like an addictive personality, like heroin. You know,
yeah, but that's almost like okay, I just want to see what it's like to be a hoe. But what if I go be a hoe and I like it? Then I'm gonna go be a hoe.
So okay, your kids are grown, and your relationship is what it is, whether you're married or not. So what's the worst? Are you gonna lose your job for it? No. Are you gonna lose anything? Okay.
I ain't losing a goddamn thing except a piece of pride. A piece of pride, especially if I don't like it.
But you're proving my point. You're trying to justify not doing something for no reason at all. And I mean, it could be anything. It could be being a hoe, it could be riding a motorcycle, it could be skydiving. The point is,
but it's her preference.
No, you know? it's a justification. If you go, look, I tried light liquor and I like dark better. That's a preference. A preference. You can't have a preference if you've never done something. You cannot. You can say unless you've had the opposite. No, you cannot. You cannot.
If her comfort level is just having one partner and not multiple partners, that's her prerogative. That's her preference.
It's always her prerogative.
Whether she had it or not, it's still her preference.
Can you tell me what it feels like to be a man? No, you cannot. So you can say, I prefer to be a female.
Why would I? I'm not a man.
I would be a hoe.
You know what I mean?
Good looking, curly hair shit. I would be a hoe.
She'd be one of the more punk ass, barge ass niggas, wouldn't she?
Right.
I'll be the right hoe.
You'd be a better listener. You'd be a better listener too. You really would be.
Yeah, that's who I'll be in all kinds of conversations. But that's not the case. I'm a female.
But you know what was funny? A lot of men, if you ask them if you woke up a female, well, I'd kill myself. But if I knew I had to do it for 24 hours, I'd do the same thing. I'd be a hoe. Why? Why not? The thing is, it depends on what your end game is. Really, what do you want in the end? Everybody had their quote unquote phase. Like a lot of people like to justify it.
I want nothing. I just want to be happy, and I'm happy being free without any strings tying me down to one person.
Let me, can I?
Oh shit! Hold on, we got a music break. Hold on.
No, you don't.
I'm a hoe. I'm ready.
Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all know nothing about that. Okay.
So this is the thing, Roger.
It's not against your principle. It's just the fact that you're like, you know what? I'm not sure. So for instance, you have people out there now that are really promoting that particular lifestyle, going, oh, be open, be this, be that. Now, I will say, I think some people are trying to kind of get shit started, but other people are like, look, this is who I am now because I've either been married or I've been in a long term, and now I'm deciding to do.
And I was gonna tap on that, Roger, before you continue, right? Because I think that once you are like, we're all over 30, over 40. Come on now, right? So all I'm saying, over 50, 50 plus. All I'm saying is, right? When you are a certain age, you want that. Oh, I want to walk down the aisle. I want to wear the white dress. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then you've gone through all these relationships, all this, all that, all this, all that. And then you reach our age range. And it's like, you know what?
Right.
I'm willing to just, ta-da!
Right. Which is why when I asked CB about the age range, I wanted to know that because usually it's pre-30 that people want to get married, white picket fence, all that bullshit.
But if it doesn't happen,
then all of a sudden you go, okay, let me do me. So this is why you guys are saying what you're saying. You're like, I want to do me now because you realize the window does get smaller. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ain't too many young millionaires queuing up to marry a 30-plus-year-old woman with extra kids any more than they trying to marry a 50-year-old man who works in the a grocery store. Like that's the truth. People ain't trying to marry them kind of people. So if you get to a particular age, your chance of getting married, if that's what you want, goes down.
Which I don't.
But if you're like, look, I'm cool where I am, then you're free to do whatever you want. You have no brackets and no parameters around you. But
you still have some type of self-pride, though. I'm sorry, even at
I understand that, but you just said you don't give a shit what people think. You just said it.
No, I don't. But you know what? It's not about people. It's about me and my own pride. Like I'm not gonna go just flinging my legs open at some of these parties and all this shit.
No,
tricking and flipping.
But if you want to try something with someone, what is stopping you?
Not a goddamn thing in life.
There you go. But something is because you're like, I'm not saying you're gonna make foolish choices and go, I'm fucking everybody. But if you go, look, for real, I'm trying to go somewhere. I'm trying to go over to Greece and find me a guy with a bunch of Z's and K's in his name, and then what's stopping you? Nothing. Do it. Because you don't have anyone to answer to, and you're at a point in your life where you don't have to look. You ain't worried about who's disappointed. You're not worried about who thinks anything. You do you. That's the age I think we're all in, because you've been safe up to this point. You make your mistakes, and then you go, fuck it. Okay, look, you know what? Hey, y'all, I'm telling everybody when they come here, I'm taking all these motherfuckers. We going to the green door. We're gonna watch all kind of shit. We going to the green door. Look it up. We going to the green. Mimi, go look it up. The green door.
What's the green door?
Look it up. You'll find out. I'm taking everybody. We're going to the green door. CB will be at home.
Nah, she's gonna be there going through the green door. No.
You don't even know what it is. Look it up.
I don't.
Oh, we're going to the Red Rooster. We're going to the Red Rooster. I just want to watch all your yellow people turn red.
Hey, when we go back to Kansas City, we should go to the Red Door at 7th Heaven. That'll be fun.
Oh, geez. I probably know half those clowns. I'm sure.
First of all, they don't have the red door anymore.
Oh, they don't? Oh, shit.
Hey, Trey.
That's a bummer.
The red door is now a restaurant.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a restaurant.
So they don't have Seventh Heaven anymore?
Seventh Heaven don't.
Seventh Heaven's not there anymore?
Yeah.
Well, the red door is inside Seventh Heaven.
They don't have it anymore. What part of they don't have it anymore?
Hey, they don't have it.
All right.
That door is closed and locked.
You go in Seventh Heaven, all you gonna get is clothes and records.
So what's the bunny ranch?
Huh?
See, Mimi, girl.
See,
Trey,
okay, you are.
It's a brothel.
Wait, okay, look. What's it sound like to you? What's it sound like?
Trey said, I want to go to the bunny. I guess it's bunny.
What does it sound like?
It's the modern day
brothel. Bunnies are white girls.
Modern day whorehouse. It's a brothel. Yeah.
A
very popular brothel.
A white girl brothel? Is that what it is?
I mean, it's girls.
Well,
you're gonna find everything. White,
Yeah.
black, Chinese, Japanese, these
It's
needs.
a melting pot up in there.
This nigga named 3 types of Asians. Damn, George, fetish much? Never mind. I know what's on your porn queue and your cash, George.
Okay, you know what, Roger? I think I got the wrong green door. So you told me to look it up, and this is some bullshit.
What'd you find, Mimi? What'd you find?
It says perfect to happy hour or duck out of the farmer's market.
What the hell?
No.
Look, you can't send me to look for shit. Okay?
Unless that's code. You know good and fucking well that ain't what I'm talking about.
That's what it says. But anyway, there's literally a green door market. Like, look.
No, honey, no.
Oh, sweetheart. Okay. Oh, well.
Anybody knows what the green? You know what it is because I'm talking about it, so you know what the green door is. Shit, it's green as a door. Take your ass in there if you want to. So, Mimi, I think
it's a whole other world. That's all.
You know what? Here's the thing.
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
See, does it count if you're a voyeur? Because we were talking about voyeurism. Does it count in terms of being polyamorous if you like to go watch with other people? I wonder, does that count? Because CB was talking about, she was talking about voyeurism earlier, for sure.
That's what you guys perceive it to be.
Watching.
I perceive it to be. No,
I don't want to watch.
Perception don't mean a goddamn thing. Look up the definition. I don't care. That's like saying, well, I felt like, I feel like I'm 6'5". I'm not. We talking about the real definition.
Watching ain't for me.
You can go to the red light district.
I just think
crickets.
We don't.
Where did that come from?
We don't have. Yeah, I'm like, what? Okay, so now who read it? You, CB, or George read it. Supposedly, it's about the fact that all parties have to be knowledgeable. Now, I think we all know a lot of people are probably in polyamorous situations without at least one person knowing. So
no, that's called cheating.
But let me wait. Now, what's the difference?
All
What's the
parties
difference?
involved are
So
consenting.
is it cheating because it's not legal or because someone doesn't know? Because again, you just
because
said
someone doesn't know.
It's cheating because somebody doesn't know.
What if you
the
feel
point
like
of being polyamorous is where all parties involved know what's up. It's all consensual. They're all agreeing to do this.
So then, just like we talked about,
that's what it is.
Just like
but if one person doesn't know that's what it is, then it's cheating, or it could be even considered rape.
And it's not polyamorous, which means it's just a swingers lifestyle because it's the same thing.
Well, so what if you polyamorous one party?
Well, no, it's not.
Really, George.
It is not. It is not.
Swinging is two couples swinging.
That's
right?
literally
polyamorous is a couple and they bring in a third party and then they're all three like
no, that's a menage.
Right. Yeah, that has nothing to do
polyamorous is like everybody gets to do everybody. I have a relationship with you. I have a relationship with you. You have a relationship with him. She has a relationship with him. That's
and
polyamorous.
everyone knows about
That's
it.
a whole lot of fucking going on.
Guys, it goes a
Yeah.
little
Right.
deeper.
You know what? You know what? Listen.
But it's all consensual.
It's
Listen to
fucking
me.
semantic.
Listen to
Semantic.
me.
You can call it what you want
But
because
it goes a little deeper because you're getting your families involved. If you have a cookout, these folks are coming.
who the fuck are you inviting? No, you don't. No, you don't. What are you
It's
talking
up
about?
to them if they do or not. But
Hey, Mimi, now I see why
usually
your
it's
ass
what,
can't
I
get
read
what
involved.
something
goes
about
on
it.
behind closed doors.
See, Mimi, that's why Mimi can't get involved.
I read, I read about it.
Mimi don't know who to invite to the goddamn cookout. She got 3 or 4 dudes showing up with the same drink she likes, talking about, I'm here for me. Yeah, that's why your ass can't do it, because you're going to get caught up.
I would.
See, right there. You
I
Well,
would.
that wouldn't be a problem if it's polyamorous and everybody knows already. So
Exactly. So if everybody knows and everybody comes to the cookout, everybody knows who they fucking. So
Yeah.
what's the problem?
But the thing is,
Your people like to
it's
fight.
when feelings start getting in the way. And see, for
And
me,
they would.
yeah, because with me, and this is with me in dating, once a guy starts showing that he's developing feelings for me, then I block them because those are feelings and I don't have them.
Yo,
That's right. It's terrible tonight.
we gotta get to the root of this whole thing.
Stay toxic.
Okay. What okay. So are there contracts involved, kind of like Tiger had with his little tramp? Are there NDAs, or just everybody agrees, look, we gonna shag and then we gonna go home?
Each situation is different. So they make their own rules and they, handle it their way. Each one is different. What might be right for this, a group might not work for the next group. And so some may bring out the NDAs and all of that stuff. But really there should be no reason to do it because everyone knows, unless one of the guys is married and doesn't divulge that to the others.
Yeah,
then that's
a
whole lot of
wedding.
swapping spit and swapping juices and swapping shit.
Do you imagine how would that work?
We're all going to the doctor, goddammit.
Polyamorous wedding.
No, it won't be no wedding.
Mimi, hey, listen, y'all are killing me. Mimi talking about going to the doctor.
Roger,
calling it polyamorous.
This man and this woman and this man and this woman to be lawfully married.
Oh my God, you motherfuckers!
No,
okay,
not
so here's my
no.
question. Because again, CB, you and I have been the only 2 people that have probably seen any of this happen. Have you ever encountered a situation where it got out of hand because, a man or a woman saw another person just really, really getting down for the get down on their partner, and it made them feel some kind of way? It's like if you're a dude and you see another dude just dropping dick on your girl. I mean, he putting the proverbial smack
You gotta
down.
feel some type of way if you're not doing that.
Well, right. If you don't get a reaction, and then if you see a woman doing something that you can't do physically with your man, you got to feel some kind of way.
2 of my good friends just got married several years ago, but it started off as, basically a swinger thing. But then the female fell in love with the other guy, and next thing you know, 2 marriages are gone, and now they're married to each other happily. But they had been, a couple in the lifestyle for the longest. But as a married couple, they are doing fabulous. But they're still, in the lifestyle. But they only do each other at the parties instead of,
so that they turn into lawyers. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't think, because again, I can own up to my hypocrisy as a man. Look, because the dude will be like, yo, baby, we should get us a girlfriend. But if she says we should get a boyfriend, that equals 1 black eye in the morning. Because you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck you need another dick in here for? It really is how we operate. But again,
exactly. But why would you want another Panani?
Well, because you got a lot of other things and appendages you could use to work with that. Like I said, and again, you guys, let me put it like this: you guys don't compete the same way we compete. We compete physically. You compete emotionally.
It's a double standard. It's a double
Yeah,
standard.
it absolutely is.
Get in their feelings when it's two men trying to pleasure one woman. And which is great for the woman, because I know I've had that experience. It's quite amazing. But one starts to feel some type of way, especially when this one thinks that they have claims on you, and then the other one wants to have claims on you, and that's where the problem starts, where egos get in the way.
Oh, well, yeah, agreed. We are outwardly physical about ours. Y'all are inward. See, you ever notice, like, okay, put it like this. You see people argue. If a woman suspects her man of doing something, it's different than a man and a woman. You cheated with him, which means clearly he must be better in some way physically. Doesn't always be the case, but it has to be. It can be most of the time. A woman doesn't give a shit about that. Did you kiss the bitch? Did you love the bitch? That's the difference. We don't care about that. We want to know, like I said, was he better? And that's how men and women operate differently. You're right. It's a double standard.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you did with that individual, whether you love her, whether you kissed her one time or twice. And if I really, really feel deep down in my soul that that's what's going down, I got to be out.
But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is if you don't want to be out, it's going to bother you more if you thought that the man, you can forgive.
I would have to be out.
But then it doesn't matter. But a lot of people, here's the thing. A lot of people don't want to compromise whatever situation they have, be that financial or children or whatever. There's no right or wrong. I don't give a shit. But the point is, most of the time, huh? Well, no, you got grown people, so you ain't got that shit. But I'm saying that's really the deal breaker for a lot of people. But if you're like, oh, you didn't love her, I don't give a shit. I mean, if you didn't feel that way, because women are more emotional than men. So it's weird when you get the opposite with a woman. It's really foreign to us to hear that, like,
and he might have somebody at home who ain't all that. She's boring.
I mean,
she's walking around with a bonnet and house slippers.
Yeah, I mean, what one woman won't, another woman will.
Hey,
the long and short of it.
That's very, very true. But the thing is, look, if we're gonna get naked and you got a bonnet on, hey, fuck you. Take that shit. You better mess your hair up. That's I'm with you on that, Mimi. You got a bonnet on. My shit's on you. Goddamn bonnet off. But it's interesting. I just wonder.
Unless you catch her off guard and you're just like, come here. It's a different story, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to sneak attack, but I can't sneak attack some shit. Look like you got a mushroom on your head, like a goddamn Mario Brothers character. That's still gonna make my Woody's gonna go south, dog. My shit's gonna go south. Like, goddamn, I feel like I'm patting the curl back. Am I fucking one of the full force? Like, nigga, is this the 80s? I can't do it. I can't.
I always say that just to mess with you because I know you absolutely fucking hate it.
Oh my God, I can't do it. Look, if you can't grab a hand, I don't mind if you hang your hair up at night either. So look, I'll grab a handful of hair, I'll grab a handful of head. As long as your shit ain't this length, but some shortcuts are cool too. I just don't want to grab I don't want to grab a multi-bright color that if I can see your bonnet in the dark, bitch, take it off. Like, that's a problem. Like, you shouldn't have no glowing ass bonnet in this dark area. Like, we naked. We naked, but I can see your bonnet. Fuck you. or you hear a curl bag crinkling.
Oh, Too much tonight.
You wait till next week, Mimi. We gonna do. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait.
What's going on next week?
Okay, listen, guys.
A bonnet that says CB in the booth.
Hey, and whoever you meet, look, I don't want you to
I'm not wearing that shit because I know what's the first thing that happen. I come around a circle and that shit is mad.
Ass ball headed. Yeah. Okay, so listen, I'm just gonna throw it out there now. We're gonna get in next week. Listen, I need y'all to get in. We're gonna get into bedroom deal breakers next weekend. I said it, you heard it, quote me on it. We talking about the do's and don'ts, what you can and can't, who you can and can't bring into the boudoir. That's next week, so I need y'all to be thinking on that. Because we're gonna take Mimi to the green door and get her 2 for the price of 1. We're gonna get her some Puerto Rican twins, and in that way they can speak Spanish, and she won't feel like she's cheating. So we're gonna do that for Mimi.
No, you're not. You're not.
Hey,
that's not gonna happen.
They're gonna tear her mouth out and do some salsa with her.
You talk Spanish, you cannot talk to Mimi Acosta. Okay, that will not happen.
we gonna check them for knives. They ain't gonna stab you. I know. Damn, listen, it's trauma. It's cool. Mimi be butt naked with a blade on her and shit. That's how she get down.
Hey, you see what Trey said earlier?
Yeah.
Take away my knife. Take away my knife.
Right. Trey had to retire from the game because, like I said, he had numbers next to people's name. He had days of the week, rosters and shit.
No, that's okay. But at least he retired and he's a one-woman man. So yay, good for you, Trey. Do it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is that your preference, or is that just what you would talk or you believe, being like a one man or one woman person? I know y'all be like, why are you married? Why you talking about this? Because I know what people think about, so I gotta ask the question. Because I talk about different shit with people. It don't matter what my situation is. I'm asking other people what why do you feel like it's necessary to be like CB's the opposite? Why are you the way you are? Why don't you think that multiple is good is better?
I just think because I had kids from a very young age. So I did shit a little crazy for a while, and then I had 2 kids with 2 different daddies, and then I came to the point of this ain't the way to go.
Okay.
Let me get my shit right. And then I was on the straight and narrow for so long that it just became that.
Right. Now, I respect that because you had to get yourself through.
And look, and I'm gonna say this because growing up in the islands is a whole lot different from like growing up in the States.
Yeah, I know.
Where you have a whole lot of experience, whereas in the islands everything is just it is what it is.
Because everybody know each other and everybody trying to hit.
Right.
And all y'all cousins, everybody on that fucking place. I guarantee y'all go to the same family barbecue.
And I was in the limelight, you know what I'm saying? I was in the limelight. I was singing with bands. I was working at a hotel where everybody looked at me because I had like the big position. I worked for the government. Like I've always been in these places where the light was always on me. So you just got to live a certain life.
Girl, you just yellow shit. Shut up.
Being that way for so long is what got me here. Okay, so leave me alone.
I understand, but I think my thing is, I know it's your personal preference. I'm playing devil's advocate, but I just wondered because I know here's the thing, a lot of women, and I say women because men, we are who we are. A lot of women get beyond, like, let's say 40. Your children are grown, maybe you're divorced or maybe you're separated or whatever, and then they kind of go through that like second hoe phase, that wild out phase. It ain't a hoe phase, but because like, girl, I'm living my best life, blah, blah, blah. I meet a lot of women that are post 40.
Right.
That really start to go, I'm gonna live again because I've been living for everybody else. Live for my children, live for my
have too. I have too. I've seen a lot of that even with people that I know. Yeah. The worst thing about that is that they become so negative, bitter, and hateful.
You said it, but
you're getting older in this bullshit, and now you're attacking every man because your shit is fucked up. You can't do that.
That girl, that's the dopest shit.
You can't be old and a bitter bitch.
You can't
that
do
just
that.
doesn't.
Right.
That doesn't.
But you know what? That's the dopest shit you said. I'm not saying it to bash anybody. You're telling the truth. People have to understand. We spend a lot of time doing the right thing. Men do it too. I promise you, we do. You spend a lot of time doing the right thing, and then you get to a particular point where everybody is okay. Mama, daddy either gone or you got them taken care of. Kids are either gone, grown, and you take care, and then you go, I did this shit this whole time. Let me look out for me. And you just go, boom, you just wild out.
Yeah.
You just kind of wild out. That's
and then you hate yourself because you're like, oh shit, I got all. And then you accumulate more drama. You accumulate more drama when you live that type of lifestyle.
Well, because think about it. Very, very few people, and I said it earlier, very, very few of us, if you get to a certain age, you ain't gonna re-jump the fucking broom. I will not be fitty nothing going, well, that one didn't work. Let me fuck you. Listen, I'm gonna let all my money take care of me. I'm gonna get a young nurse, a young housekeeper. If everybody leaves me, don't worry about it. You know, I'm not going, but we don't go back down that route. That's any of them. So I think it's interesting because we have that whole, that whole premise of let me do me again after a certain point. So see, girl, go wild out, Mimi. We're gonna do you. You gotta do you.
No, we will.
You gotta do you. We gonna get you
guys. It's 12:53. You guys already know what time it is. I keep it like I do because I already know Roger over there looking, and we already over here talking, and it's like
hey, look,
guys.
Look at some of us got shit to do in the morning. But
yes, we do.
Nah, it's cool in the gang. It's cool in the gang. So yeah, man. Next week we're gonna have some fun though. I'm gonna ramp it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting next week. So everybody bring somebody and let's talk about it.
Bring somebody. Oh shit! See, you talking poly again? Everybody bring somebody. See, Mimi's about that life. She just don't know she about that life.
I just don't know it, and I don't want to. I don't want to know it.
I think you do. I think you do.
It's a wonderful life. It really is.
So, guys, look, it's been really nice. I love you guys dearly. One love, God bless, and
She better go make out her list, Christmas list. What do I want?
From right now, okay? From right now. A lot going on from right now.
All right, bet it. All right. Appreciate y'all kicking it with us. Next week we talking, all kind of kinky, dirty shit. So like I said, if you're sensitive, don't fucking come on here. Because it's gonna get real live.
That disclaimer is gonna be up like out the gate every 15 minutes.
Hey, we might start out with pictures of sex toys. I'm just telling y'all ahead of time.
Hey, have a great week.
Yeah. All that shit. You can't even talk, George.
Thanks so much for rocking with us tonight, everybody. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator, offering you music, motivation, conversation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. Hopefully you got that and then some. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel, like us, and subscribe. Go to the
that part.
That part. Give us a thumbs up and like us and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your whole family to like us and subscribe. Yep, there it goes right there on the screen. Also, don't forget to check out our website, cbntheboys.org. Check it out, poke around, and sign up to the website. Drop us a line. Give us a call. And when you call us, just know that we answer the phone or leave us a message, and we will definitely get back to you. Also, we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So we need your help to do that. So again, just subscribe. When you see us, just subscribe. Let everybody know so that we can get to that goal. And you can also win some really, really, really cool. Hi, Carrie. You can win some really, really cool prizes once we make it to that goal. So, and you don't want to miss out on that. So just like us, subscribe, drop a comment, let us know that you subscribed. And keep it moving. But thank you. We will see you next week. And Roger said we're going to be talking about bedroom deal breakers. So you don't want to miss that because you know me. I've got some juicy stuff to say.
Bedroom dildo breakers.
And a huge shout out to I Said It Management, Trey, Carrie, JJ. Thank you guys so much for chiming in. One love and God bless you guys. Have a great week.
Definitely. Everyone, we will see you guys back same time, same station. And thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
I see.
Me and the boys have left the building.